Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Starting a little late. Brecky penalty for Wheeler. That's a major. About 5 minutes. Well, no, about 3.5 minutes late. That's what happens when I'm 3.5 minutes late. Lecter puts on Neil Diamond, knowing that I don't like that.
That's what we call a double win.
That's
in
right.
My books.
We call it the double diamond.
Not
Brecky
only
penalty.
do I have Brecky on the way.
On the way?
I mean,
I did not stop anywhere on the way here.
No.
Okay.
But over the course of the morning.
Fair enough.
I know there's a Brecky in my future. It's very exciting.
I mean, I don't have any cash on me. If someone wants to take my card.
I will gladly take your card.
Yeah. See. Well, the reason, there's no excuse for being late, but there is an explanation. I'm back on the snoring bed.
Oh.
Yeah. I've hit a spate of snoreria.
Yep. Snore.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Snorifica?
That made it sound really gross.
Yeah, yes, it did. It's a gross feeling to have your partner be like, babe.
Unceremoniously dumped,
just kind of dumped
from the bed.
Yeah, onto the other bed. So.
Yeah. Well, he's just, from the bed.
So, that's right.
So
I overslept a little bit. I woke up at like 20 after 6.
Oh. Yeah.
And so that's why I'm late.
Yeah. All right.
So I feel like there shouldn't be a Brecky penalty because my loved one kicked me out of our bed. No, it's fine. It's I don't want to make it seem any more than it is.
There's no sympathy on this show.
We don't. No. And there shouldn't be. We're all terrible people. But it happens. It is want to happen a little bit. So there it is. Last night, anyway.
Snoreria.
Yeah, that was bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said
that one.
I'm sorry I said that.
Oh.
Snorifica. I don't know. Snorepocalypse.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Tuesday morning. Local police dog is being hailed a hero after tracking down a resident of Yellowknife. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Cola.
Actually.
Kola. That spells cola.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind.
Not Coca.
Not Coca. Cola. I had it in my mind to do some sort of parody of Lola, but with cola. Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Cola the dog found the man suffering from exposure in a shed on the city's Lakeview Road.
Shed?
Yeah, in a shed.
Shed. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There are 2 sheds, Jackson. Near the Con Mine boat launch after being called in to search the shoreline. So, pretty nice little story. I mean, obviously, someone staying in a shed and being suffering from exposure, not great.
Right.
But Cola was able to find them.
So, sorry, I feel like I missed something.
The story's right there on cabinradio.ca.
I'm not reading it.
I know.
I want you to do that for me.
You know I don't read things.
What happened?
Okay.
Someone's in a shed.
Someone's in a shed. Well, I'm just going to read the story.
Okay.
Cola's actions came after police received a call at about 8:20 in the evening reporting a man in distress in an unknown location. That is...
Okay.
According to a news release issued by the RCMP on Monday, police found fresh tracks near the Con boat launch that appeared to head out onto the ice in Yellowknife Bay. However, as ice conditions were too treacherous for anyone to venture out on the ice, they sent out Cola. Cola was summoned to check out the shoreline and subsequently found the man, whose identity was not made public, taking shelter in a shed. He said the man was taken to Stanton Territorial Hospital to be treated for exposure to the cold.
Gotcha.
Canine dog does its job when fat police officers can't get on the ice. I'm joking.
You don't know that they were fat.
I'm joking. It's a joke. I know I can't go on the ice yet. It's a joke. No, but that's really what it is. It's not that they're too fat. It's just that they are too heavy because the ice is a little too treacherous.
Right.
You send out that 90-pound dog, and it gets out there and does the job. Probably not even 90 pounds. My dog's 90 pounds, and she's a bit of a chunker. Cola's probably a svelte 75. It's a German Shepherd, I imagine. So it's a big dog, but a nice story.
Oh, well done, Cola.
That's why they train those dogs so well.
Yeah.
I think I met Cola actually when they were a pup. I don't know if it's a she or a he. It doesn't say. But when they were a pup, because one of the we get the RCMP in there all the time because they bring their trucks in for service.
Right.
And one of the times we brought in a little pup, and that's about the only time you can actually interact with a canine pup is when they're a pup.
Right.
Right? Because once they're trained and once they're on duty, you're basically told, don't go near this dog. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't reach out for it because they get snippy.
And you probably have drugs on you.
I do have drugs on me constantly.
Yeah.
That's why they love me so much.
Yeah.
That must be those sausages I have in my pocket. But yeah, so I think maybe I met maybe it was another puppy, but it was like a nice, beautiful German Shepherd pup that an RCMP officer was that had with him because he was their partner.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I asked if I could, go near the dog. He's like, yeah, she's still a pup. So
Then you promptly said, "Sir, you can't have a
dog
an animal in
the
here.
dealership.
I'm sorry."
Get out before I draw my gun.
Cola will have his revenge on you.
That's right. Someday I'll be in a shed in the snow.
And then he'll save you. What a good dog.
What a good pupper. What a
Aw.
heckin' pup. A heckin' pup out there in the RCMP. Good for Cola. Good to find that person in the shed. That's
well,
nice.
good to know that someone's dog did something useful yesterday.
Right? You know what my dog did? Just licked my face, which is great. Not terribly useful.
That's good
Although
for you.
my mental health, pretty useful. Yeah, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Except when she'll lick my cheek a little bit, and then she'll venture off to the front of the mouth, and then she'll get under the lip, and then goes on the eye, and
Yeah.
stuff, and you just Betty.
Get those crumbs
Betty,
in there.
Betty. Just try to get her away from you, but it does really feel nice.
Your lip slapping into the microphone was nice.
Yeah, she licks hard too because it'll flop onto her nose, and it makes that sound that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like something's like as soft onto the top of a beer bottle. Like that's what her tongue sounds like.
Cola.
Anyway, good for Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Mornings at the Cabin, public, honey in the summer. Ooh, in the summer.
I thought I deleted that song.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you to. I'm joking. It's actually a pretty good jam.
It is. It's not summer anymore.
Just high energy. Well, we can listen to summer songs in the winter.
No. We're not a different radio station.
Hot child, summer in the city. My neck getting dirty and gritty.
That's a great song.
Right?
Although you delete it because it's too old.
In the summertime,
That's a classic. It's not sung by Bill Cosby, despite
I mean, that's kind of what they sound like. Terrible.
Great song.
Yeah, great record. Great record.
All right. You've proved your point.
I did prove my point. Summer songs in the winter. Send us your requests.
Summer Paradise.
Summer Paradise. Champagne, simple plan. Love that song. Getting my first facial today. I've never gone to a spa or a day spa to do anything to my face, but I'm doing it. Don't look at me like that.
Look what?
You were giving me a look.
I'm smiling.
I'm taking care of myself. This is a self-care initiative.
Okay.
So I was...
but your skin's already...
I know, glowing.
Yeah.
I know, it's fantastic.
It's flawless.
I got some... Well, I don't want to say flawless. I mean, some others have said that.
That's what I said it for you.
Just said it now. I've got some pore issues. Anyway, really, Phoenix and I at the Chamber of Commerce Awards were sitting with the staff at a Tanda Day Spa.
Okay.
So we had a great night with them, and obviously we shared a bunch. We had a bunch of awards. They had a few.
I mean the ones we stole the award
from them. Exactly. Did we ever give them coffee for that or say?
I don't think so. No.
Again, I'm only the idea guy. We
went one step worse. We promised them coffee,
and then we didn't
never
deliver.
delivered.
We are bad. But one of the things obviously we talked about is all the treatments they do down there, and I was just said I've never done one of those things. I've always wanted to because I've got some blackhead. Listen, I've got some blackhead issues on my face that I want to take care of.
Right.
So I'd like to get the top layer of my face peeled off so that I can look even younger than I do.
Just strip it right down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And so I'm going. I made the appointment that night. I made the appointment while we were at the table. Downloaded the app. So they've got an app that you can set an appointment in. And this was the only appointment they had between now and the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
They are fully booked up pretty much.
No, they don't need coffee from us.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
doing just fine. They should be buying us coffee. So, yeah, going in at 1:30. I'm there for an hour and a half. So it's my whole lunch hour.
Wow.
Getting my face stripped. So, yeah, never done this before.
Is it usually, like a 15-minute procedure?
No, I think it's usually like an hour to... Yes, usually 15 minutes. We're doing it 8 times. So I'm really looking forward to it. I even messaged Megan Peters, owner-operator, yesterday and said, I'm really looking forward to this. I don't know what's going to happen, but she gave me a great tip. She said, she asked me what I used to wash my face, and I just say, stupid bar of soap. Same bar of soap I used to wash everything else.
Ugh.
Oh, stop it. What do you use to wash your face?
Water.
Yes, well, that's what she said. She said that. I was like, because I used to use, when I was doing film and TV stuff, I used to have like a bit of a regimen. I had some soaps and some creams that I could put on my face to make me look less tired and less fat. But those creams didn't work very well.
Those ones burn a bit.
Those
too
ones
much.
burn because they burn away the face. So I had a bit of a regimen, but apparently I told her what my regimen was. She's like, "Oh, that's terrible. You shouldn't do that." I was like, "Well, it seemed to work." But she said that's exactly what she said. Don't wash your face with soap, any soap whatsoever. There may be some soaps out there that are a little bit more gentle, but she said don't do that. Just take your hands and just kind of pat your face with water.
That's about the only facial care thing that I do know. You
don't use soap on your face. I've been using soap on my face for years.
Yeah.
Look at my face.
I mean, you are the exception
to
the rule.
Again, I have a lot of what we call subcutaneous fat, and it keeps my skin plump. It just does. But that was the reason I was getting so oily on my face. I have an oily T-zone. I don't know what that means, but I do.
But that helps you, right?
I guess.
A T-zone? What's the T-zone?
That goes
your
your eyebrows
I see.
through the middle of your face.
Makes sense, yep.
So she said stop doing that. And I did stop doing that like the day after. I haven't washed my face with soap since.
Or anything else for that matter.
For anything else.
Never washing this face again.
Things are starting to sprout. So but I mean, I've noticed a change. It's less greasy because as soon as you strip that oil, those naturally occurring oils from your face, they just come back with a vengeance. It's like, oh man, we're dry. There's the oil.
Yeah,
that's the sound it makes. If you listen closely enough under a microscope, that's the oil coming out of your face. Can you imagine capturing that sound?
Yeah, I'll amplify that audio for the podcast.
Thank you very much. Please do.
In case that was missed.
That's right. It comes out like a toothpaste. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, it's like an hour and a half, so I don't even know what happens. I wanted to talk to someone who's actually had a facial. I thought you had because your skin is just glowing.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's very nice of you
to
say.
Dull.
It's very dull. Yeah,
your skin is dull. So.
I look like I live like little nicks
in
my
cuts?
the edge of my nose.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Well, you actually get you
like there's little fibers just sitting there.
You get outside, you do things.
That is a big part of my problem.
I don't go outside that much, so my face doesn't age.
Yeah,
that's not true. I go outside all the
sunburn.
time, but you got the windburn, the sunburn.
Yeah,
lived a little bit more, maybe.
Smile too much.
Smile way too damn much.
Yeah,
I smile all the time, but it's just again because like I've got this plumpness in my face, I don't get the wrinkles.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are always making me laugh.
Yeah,
these crow's feet are just out of control.
Just disgusting.
Ugh.
You really should quit while you're ahead.
Quit laughing?
Quit laughing while you're ahead.
Oh, there we go again.
There it is. Oh, there's some more crow's feet for you. So very much looking forward to this. I don't really know what to expect. It is, it is called the 90-minute AHA, I think it's called. The 90-minute it's AHA, so it's AHA or AHA.
AHA?
Yeah, AHA.
Nobody pronounces it that way.
Well, no, it could be AHA peeling treatment. It's a peeling treatment.
Okay.
So I think they put it on and then they peel it off.
And
right?
Then it just strips your pores clean.
Strip my pores clean.
I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Biore clean strip for your face.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Will we recognize you tomorrow?
No.
I hope you don't lose an eyebrow.
Yeah,
I'm sure you won't. They know what they're doing.
Any little bit of color that I do have in my face, thanks to my genealogy, is to be stripped away.
Yeah,
and I'll just be fully a white man tomorrow, and I will take full advantage.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
We received an email, a quite concerning email. Terrorism afoot, A-Cloven-Foot. Bison terrorists. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. And all it says on the board this morning is bison terrorists. Ollie, care to explain?
I mean, let's be very clear that I did not write the phrase bison terrorists on the board.
That is language we do not like to use here.
Okay, bison villains.
Villains.
Sorry.
Very good.
We did receive an email yesterday from a resident of Fort Liard.
Mm-hmm.
Just generally complaining that it has been a long time now that bison have been allowed to roam free in that community, and it's getting a bit much. Now, I don't have the email immediately to hand. We are actually going to follow up on this. So,
do you want me to read
it? Seriously, I might get elected to just take a few choice quotes first.
Okay.
I'm not going to name the person who sent the email in. We are going to get a hold of them and maybe do a little news story on it. But they had some concerns, like there. If you wanted to maybe pick out one or two choice phrases.
Yeah, sure. So it starts out, I don't understand how our territorial government can continue to allow this to go on.
This could mean anything if you start an email this way.
And the title of the email was Major Community Problem. For several months straight, we have had to put up with these, quote, wild animals living in our small community.
Again, this could be anything at this point.
Again, anything. Like, honestly, when I started reading the email, I was like, oh, Lord, is this going to get into something really awful?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see the pictures, and I didn't know what the context was.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
For all the emails that we get that reference wild animals, this is one of the better ones.
Yeah, this is one that actually references animals.
I'll just read the whole thing. You know?
Okay.
They're an ongoing threat to people, property, and our community being a safe place to live. This herd has been invading our public spaces, our personal property, and our daily living space.
Again, no idea what he's talking about yet.
The bison
No!
bleep litters our streets, our parking lots, our yards, and nothing is done to clean it up or control it consistently happening. Would Yellowknife, Fort Simpson, or literally any other NWT community be forced to live with this? If the answer is yes, please come and take all of these home to allow them to destroy your property and threaten your health and well-being. This has been an ongoing problem for 25 plus years. I send this in disgust of our not being worth our government's time or attention.
Wow.
I mean...
And he sent some pictures along, too, to illustrate his point. And
sent some pictures, and those are relatively mild pictures.
They really are. Like,
Yeah.
the piles of poop are not... They're kind of akin to a dog park.
yeah.
I'm sure it's worse than that.
But that's also the whole town.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, fair enough.
And they are particularly... These pictures are particularly menacing because you've got bison just bopping around a playground.
Yeah.
There's swing sets that are just empty because these bison clearly have stated, this is our park. You all can find your own park.
It's recess everywhere but Fort Liard.
They're not even using the swings.
Wow.
And then there's a second picture with a pretty healthy herd of bison taking up residence under a day shelter canopy type area, thus rendering it useless for human beings. And then there's one where they're just kind of off the side of the road. Yeah, like typical bison stuff. But the first two, think about the children.
Again, these photos are not nearly the worst of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean...
No, I'm sure they're not.
So you lived in Fort Liard.
Right, I'm going to play my, by now, quite old and dog-eared, I lived in Fort Liard once for a bit card. and the bison are it is, when you've just moved from the UK and this is the first place in Canada that you've ever lived.
It's amazing.
It is kind of amazing to wake up in the morning and find that there are bison in the driveway licking the salt off the vehicle. Which
That's
is
adorable.
Which is their big... It is kind of adorable. It's also likely to lead to the occasional bent wing mirror.
Right.
Because the bison are not the most gentle of car cleaning specialists.
No.
Right.
And I do vividly remember opening the door of the trailer to let the dog out one morning. And the dog just stared out into the abyss and looked up at me and just shook its head in a sort of, no, I'm not going. And I looked back out, and lo and behold, there were two massive bison right outside the door. And the dog just looked at me and said, I'm going to hold it in.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Yeah.
They're all over the place. You take dogs for a walk across there's the airfield is just next to the community. Then there's a couple of beautiful trails over the other side. The bison basically rotate around the airfield and use like the airfield as a grazing area. There's a massive fence up to stop them getting to the runway, which the fence is like moderately good at doing.
Right.
But otherwise,
build that wall.
There's a breach here and there.
Bison wall.
Otherwise, the bison just gravitate around that fence and they just circle around it. And so you take the dogs for a walk, and the local strays will come out for the walk as well. That's one of their favorite things to do. If they see someone going on the dog with, the local strays will bound over and be like, hey, we're coming.
Right.
So they'll come to it. And
safety in numbers.
And those dogs will go off and harass the bison.
Oh, wow.
So the bison are just there casually eating away, and the dogs will go and park themselves like 3 feet away and just start a barking frenzy.
Oh, wow.
Which is just the least well-advised barking frenzy
That's
of
either
all time.
brave or really stupid.
Stupid.
All sorts of stories of dogs getting like ejected into the sky by bison that just
I would imagine,
lost their patience.
I don't want to see that.
So that's a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you all the while you get people trying to drive through the hamlet, and there's a couple bison, not to see the bison, just trying to get home.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a couple bison in the middle of the street, and it's I think the point that this guy makes in this email that really resonated with me is this would not be a thing in Yellowknife.
No.
Right.
Like this would have been moved along a long time ago. There would have been a massive, great big, it was cute once.
Yeah.
Now it's really annoying, there wouldn't be any bison doing this anymore.
Well, just be a call, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean when that video. Well, I mean there's always videos every year, but of bison holding up traffic on the highway. You know, we see, and we're charmed by it, right? Because it's like, that's nature just imposing its will. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But when it's every day,
I
imagine, the charm goes away real quick.
And the consequences of it are a little more complex than meets the eye. Because, for example, the fact that the bison spend most of the winter and the spring rolling around. You got the photo of them in the playground area?
Yeah.
That's also the village's little softball diamond.
Yes.
Is just there as well. You can see the cage.
Right.
And
that fence ain't doing anything.
And the bison roll around that thing all winter and spring long, which means that in the summer, the playing surface is an absolute roller coaster. So you can't, you're going to get a ball in the face, you're going to turn an ankle.
Well fertilized, though, I imagine.
Because
the grass is probably beautiful.
Grass, beautiful, the most luscious green grass you could ever hope to see. However, you're going to break a limb running around on that because it is the last thing that is flat. Because there are craters in it that have been left by bison rolling up and down.
Huh.
So it does actually end up having an impact, like the same with the Hamlet soccer field, which is next to the school. Has bison on it the whole time. So by the time you get out there in the summer, there are holes all over it, which bison have put into it, and it's kind of hard to play. So it does end up having an impact.
So kids from Fort Liard just have, the strongest ankles.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
By
you just can't push those kids over. They are built like trees down there.
That's right. It's not over the lay of the land. They literally play soccer against bison, so they are tough. They're tough.
So I get it. I get
absolutely. No, that makes sense.
Sure.
I get why we get an email saying this is a major community problem. Now, you know what? When I lived there, I got through 10 months of living in Fort Liard without ever really thinking that the bison were that big a deal. Because to me, they were kind of cool.
Right.
It was pretty sweet to wake up in the morning and there'd be a bison outside the house. You know, they weren't gonna really threaten you because there's ways to avoid getting too close to an angry bison.
Just don't look them in the eye.
Pretty common sense. Exactly. Right. Don't challenge them. Don't assert dominance over their territory. Which the British traditionally do have something of a problem with, but I managed to cap that on.
Well done.
Going against your DNA completely.
Good discipline.
Thanks. Watched Hamilton the other night. Boy, did I learn.
Jeez, I'm not going to start on that. So, I mean, I guess we'll follow up with that, but I mean, what can be done? You just build a wall around the entire city.
Airlift them into Alaska.
Yeah, there we go. Good. Yeah. Displace them completely.
Sorry, the Britishness came back out for a second there.
Yeah, I was going to say. Airlift them to another spot, and they can live there. This sound good? Yeah, good.
Well, there's an annoying faction of our population who will tell you they were there before us. It's their land. We're just the visitors.
Well,
these are also, and there is some truth to that. However, I mean, the bison, it's a bit complicated by the fact they were reintroduced to the area.
That's right.
But you're right, there is some truth in general. That is often what you hear, for example, when there is a bear wandering around the street.
Or a Wolverine on Franklin Avenue.
It's a bit more annoying when it's a bear. Like a bison, like you said, reintroduced, but like a bear in the city, it's like, you got to take care of the bear.
Yeah.
Like a bear in Fort Liard, you could probably trap and take elsewhere.
It's the Bears city.
It's the Bears city.
We got to take care of ourselves.
That's right. We don't factor into this at all. Well, I look forward to the follow up on this and hearing what ENR has to say about it. I guess that would be their territory, right?
We're going to phone ENR. We're going to say, listen, there's 100 bison, and the hamlet is wondering if you could put them somewhere else.
That's right. And ENR will be like, the bison? That's a tourist attraction.
No, they're going to phone the SPCA. They're like, hey, guys,
you got any room at the shelter for 100 bison?
They're really well behaved.
Yeah, that's right. They're great with other bison.
Well, we can adopt them out. Imagine that. Imagine an adoption drive in Yellowknife.
Not good with children.
Adopt a bison.
I mean, I would do it. Like, I mean, they have programs for whales and turtles and things like this where you can adopt them and
At the SPCA?
Well, no. Like other organizations. So it's just a way of them getting money, and like you put your name on this. Yeah.
Right.
I adopted a humpback whale when I was 6.
I meant full adoption. I meant like yes.
Oh, like into your house.
You may live in the penthouse apartment in like the Northern Heights complex, but we can fit a bison into that elevator.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
All right. Mornings at the Cabin, motion picture soundtrack, Crooked Ways, ending off with a sad piano riff, not unlike Space Lord or Space Ghost. What is it? Space Hog.
Space Hog. In the
meantime.
Yeah.
Or Faith No More with Epic.
Yes.
Ends in a, or...
That's more of an epic piano.
More of an epic.
Yeah.
The same can be said for Derek and the Dominoes version of Layla.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I love that version.
It's
so many people hate that outro of the song. He's like, it doesn't fit the song. It's like, it fits the song perfectly.
Stupid people.
Stupid.
That's what we call them.
Yeah. Stupid people. They should be rounded up and shot. But we can't define who's stupid. Nobody's stupid.
Well,
we've been talking about Christmas shopping and shopping local as much as possible. Trying not to hit up Amazon too much because Amazon doesn't need your damn money. That's the thrust of it. Jeff Bezos added like $1 billion to his wealth. So I don't actually more than that. What am I talking about? It's more than $1 billion.
and God bless him.
I was acting like $1 billion was a lot of money to this guy.
What are you thinking?
No, he's like $175 billion. That's his net wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 129. So he's added like $50 billion of his wealth during the pandemic.
A modest increase.
Amazon does not need your money.
No.
Stop ordering from Amazon, of course, unless it's impossible. There you go. What are you going to do? I mean, it's true.
Tell me how to live my life, Wheeler.
That's right. I won't tell you how to live your life. I'll just tell you that you're garbage for doing it. Just like I tell myself every morning in the mirror, you're garbage. That's not true. I don't do that.
Not to,
What? Derail this?
support Jeff Bezos or anything.
What do you... Oh, my God. What?
You really got to watch The Boys. Oh, my God.
Is he in it?
Well, no, but it's on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, but he doesn't make the show.
No, but he benefits from you subscribing.
He does. He absolutely does, unless you're stealing it, which I am.
Attaboy.
There you go. Gotta steal. Just gotta steal. That's how you get ahead. But speaking of buying gifts.
Speaking of
buying gifts and bringing some joy to local shops, but also local seniors, you can buy a senior a gift. Avens Center is launching the 2020 Tree of Giving. Basically, all this is families, businesses, schools, and school classes and others interested in participating has to email Avens to receive a tag with a senior's gift request. So all the seniors at Avens have put requests on these tags, gifts like gloves, hats, ski pants, and even personal items like aftershaves or colognes or perfumes and things like that. Daryl Delaney saying, they're not extravagant. No one's asking for a new car, he says.
Right.
And if they were, I'm sure we can figure that out. They are really practical gifts, so you can email them for one of the tags and buy a senior a gift. There it is. It's great. What a great little program
thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year they said that all the tags were spoken for within 3 days of the program's launch.
Oh, wow.
Avens is asking for all gifts to return with a tag attached and a gift wrapped, if possible, by December 11th.
Not newspaper. Come on.
Not newspaper or a grocery bag like me.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Do you actually do that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, no.
See, I don't see the problem in wrapping in newspaper.
Well, I mean, there's not a problem with it. It's just there's nice wrapping paper out there.
There's nice wrapping paper. I'm going to put Phoenix on Front Street. I know one's listening. So
okay.
Just while we're just.
Well, it's just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Go ahead.
Phoenix likes really nice wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Just try to get her to not use.
Can you speak up a little? I don't know if that audio is coming through.
Phoenix doesn't like nice
No. Use your voice. You're whispering.
Gotta go.
Phoenix doesn't like.
She likes really nice wrapping paper.
Okay.
So we do reuse it. That's the thing, though. She wraps so beautifully and tenderly and well that you can reuse it.
One strand of tape, no more.
Well, God, she's almost there. She used like 3. I think I use like 8. I tape everything down because everything just keeps. Ugh, I hate it. Anyway, we try to use
gravity.
like recycled paper as much as possible. Yeah. But if we don't have the recycled paper, like something really nice, because she likes really nice, like it to look nice. But then because she wraps it so lovingly, we reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse.
Right.
So
well done.
There's something to that. But for me, I'm like, I'll put it in a grocery bag, whatever. You can't see it. Ugh. Or newspaper.
That's awful.
I want to say, why is that awful?
Grocery bag?
Why is that awful? Tell me why it's awful.
Well, first of all, is it a plastic grocery bag?
Everything's a plastic grocery bag.
You could use a reusable grocery bag.
I guess I could. But apparently I'd be pooped on for that too.
Awful example number 1.
Awful example.
Exhibit
Put it in a bag.
A.
Well, I like a gift bag because I don't like wrapping.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I like a gift bag.
That's better than a grocery bag.
I don't think so. Listen.
Oh.
I will wrap my gifts however I see fit. I've gotten much better at wrapping, though, since Phoenix and I have been together.
Hey, stick it in the bag and give it a twist.
That's right. Yeah.
Give it a spin.
In fact, it's still spinning as I hand it to you.
And then the handles look like a bow.
It looks like a bow. What's your issue, man? Jeez. Next time I won't go through the trouble of buying you a gift. I have gotten a lot better at gift wrapping since we've been together.
Oh, that's good.
I'm still terrible at it. And I hate it.
Yeah.
But for seniors, I'd wrap a gift.
Yeah.
So email Avens. You can check that. There's a link to it in the story. But Tree of Giving at avensseniors.com. Tree of Giving, all one word, at avensseniors.com. If you'd like to get a gift tag from one of the seniors there, one of the residents at Avens Center, and give them a gift this Christmas. Now you could fill that. I mean, I imagine you could get that gift tag. It doesn't say there's any rules, but if you want to get the gift tag, buy them that gift and maybe add a little something extra. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Right?
Yes. Probably not.
But right, you don't want to spoil one of the seniors because the other seniors get jealous.
That's true.
And then, people get there's a lot of gossip.
That's how you start a war.
That's right. That's how you start fights in the senior center. We don't want to do that. Everybody gets a nice gift.
It's not what the season's about. Leave that for Easter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Christmas isn't about seniors fighting each other. That's what Easter's for. Easter is when we have Seniors Fight Club.
And Penny has just arrived, so I think that signifies the end of the show.
That is the end of the show. Penny arriving does end Mornings at the Cabin. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.